Went from condos to Pop's house. On calls now bus routes.
All right, N2S family. So we have Christian rapper DEE-1. Right. So DEE-1 is a really good Christian artist. I like what he do. Really, really good. Like got a lot of great songs. If you have not heard of DEE-1, go look him up on YouTube. You'll find a lot of really good gospel songs, right? Really great rapper. Really great rapper. So just recently he did an interview on the Art of Dialogue. Shout out to the Art of Dialogue, man. Does a lot of great interviews. I've did a lot of reactions to some of his interviews, right? So DEE-1 did an interview on the Art of Dialogue, and he explained how he was attacked by Joe Budden for speaking against some of the sins and evil in the hip-hop industry, right? DEE-1 is one of those individuals that don't hold his tongue. Very outspoken. He'll let you know how he feel, which you should as a Christian. You should do it with love, but you got to speak the truth. We should not be here on this earth as Christians, not telling others the truth, not giving everyone, as many people as we can, the word of God, right? This is explained in scriptures. You could go through a lot of books in the Bible and it will let you know. You can't be silent as a Christian. You can't be silent as a believer. You have to be vocal, right? Because that's what helps save other souls. That's what helped lead others to Christ. So let's listen to what DEE-1 had to say in regards to what Joe Budden said to him. And then we'll come back and talk about it. All right. So let's get to it.
And for the people out there that's confused about what he said about your religion, that got you feeling the type of way, he calls you a clout chasing Christian.
Yeah, so replace that with clout chasing Jew. You know what I mean? Or clout chasing Muslim. Like, if that happens, I don't think the Jewish community is just sitting back and not saying anything, you know, or I don't even think those words are coming out of his mouth about a Muslim or a Jew. So that's my only thing. And deep down, I feel like he's a good dude. You know, deep down, I genuinely feel like he's a good dude. But I don't know who he's in this game seeking to serve. I'm in this game seeking to serve God in everything that I do, you know. So even when I disagree with people, like, I'm disagreeing with you in a way that's not coming across like I'm trying to personally put down you know, what it is that you believe in, or who it is that you are in this game to serve. Like, it's just a different energy. You know, you could tell what a person's energy is rooted in. And for some people, they simply saying stuff for you know, for the sake of being loud. And it's a lot of people in hip hop that are loud and wrong. So the Christian community, we have to look at ourselves and say, what is it about us that makes it to where nobody is going to say anything about that? Like, that's really a bad look for Christianity right there. That's a bad look for Christianity, that you allow that type of stuff. And it means that, oh, it'll allow that type of stuff to continue. But you already know that, man. And I think people know that. So they real selective about what they say or who they'll say that towards. And with Joe, I know that that was part of the case. And that's not something that that's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address. It's like, yeah, like, would he have said this about a Jew or a Muslim? And come on, man, we smart.
DEE-1 broke that down. Let me give up to DEE-1 because he is completely correct. There's nothing wrong about what he said. Let's be transparent. You know, when it come down to it, when it come down to Christians, we face persecution all the time. People always want to persecute Christians in every way possible. We don't just see it in today's day. As Christians, the world wants you to stay silent. We've seen this in the Bible. We seen how the Pharisees tried everything they could to silence Christians. We saw that with what they did to Jesus. And then what they did to the disciples afterwards. Look at Paul's journey, the Apostle Paul. All he was doing was trying to lead people to Christ. Using his words. He wasn't going out there doing anything to anybody. He was getting praised by the world when he was doing the most out there persecuting and killing Christians. The second that he turned his life over to Christ, he didn't harm no one, but they wanted to kill him and did so many things to him once he became a Christian, once he became a believer, once he was trying to lead others to Christ. We seen it at a very high level. So we know as Christians what we will face. We know as Christians what we can face. It tells us in 2 Timothy when it says to live a godly life to others. It's something that they don't want to see. So as Christians, you will be persecuted. This is scripture. Now we have the blessing of God. We should not go out there in fear. We should stand firm in the faith, like it says in Corinthians, right? 1 Corinthians. Stand firm, stand bold in the faith. Put on your armor of God. We know this. So that's why we don't have fear, no matter what we face and go through. But we do know that this world hates Christianity. The world hates believers because the devil is in this world. So when D1, you bring D1 back up. When D1, my bad. When D1 speaks on Joe Budden, you're not hearing nothing new. Like I said, D1 is very outspoken. He speaks against everything that we see in hip hop. He speaks against the negativity, the disrespecting women, the violence when it comes down to killing one another, the drugs, all the negativity, all the things that are connected to sinful nature in hip hop. He speaks against it. And people like Joe Budden, who at his age, even though he is not a believer, should be like, you know what? He's right. Those things are wrong. It's not helping our community. It's hurting our community. Even though Joe Budden should be speaking like that because he see the harm that's being brought to the community by hip hop. I mean, just look at the artists alone in hip hop, the top artists. They're dealing with cases. Some of them are in jail. Some of them are dead. And this is all by their own community. Because, you know, a lot of times people like to blame, you know, cops and the law and things like that when that's only 5% of deaths in the black community. 95% are by someone of their own race, which is black. So we can't blame others for what we're going through. We got to blame ourselves. So when you get someone like a D1 speaking against all of the wrong that's being put out there, because let's be real. When it comes down to music, when it comes down to hip hop, a lot of these young kids out here are moving the way they moving because of the artists and because of hip hop. So it's nothing wrong with speaking against it. But these people who are connected to the world, connected to evil, connected to the wrongs that we see out here in our community, they don't want to hear that. Even if they could sit back and say, you know what? It is a lot of hate going on in hip hop, a lot of drama, a lot of killing, a lot of beef, a lot of drugs being taken, a lot of addicts. Even though it's a lot, it is a lot of that. It is a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. It is a lot. Even though they could see that, because D1 is a Christian speaking against it, and a Christian who is very vocal, who a lot of people in that community know, hip hop community, music community in general, they can't stand it. They don't like it. They don't like it because of what D1 represents. They're not even thinking about what D1 is talking about. This is how much the devil hates God. When you are not connected to God and you're connected to the devil, because you got to serve a master. No one is out here not serving no one. You can say all you want. I believe in God, but you're not a believer. So you're serving someone and you're not serving God being a believer. So you're serving the devil, whether they know it or not. You're not serving God, brother. So when you got an individual like Joe Budden, who we know is not a believer, that sees an individual like D1 as a Christian, a believer connected to God, speaking against what he sees in hip hop, you're going to get the enemy, which is the devil. When it comes down to Joe Budden's spirit, what he got in his spirit, what he got in his heart, not being connected to God, you're going to get that come out and try to overshadow what D1 is actually talking about. Because the devil don't care about what you represent and everything that you're saying when it come down to talking against negativity in the community. The only thing he care about is, oh, you're serving God. I don't like that. Oh, that's a true believer over there. I don't like that. And that's what Joe Budden don't like about D1. It's not what he's saying. Because he may agree with some of that. It's who D1 is and what D1 represents. What we have to do as Christians is speak up on this as well. All of us who have a camera in our face and a mic in front of us, we need to say, no, we stand with D1. Everything that D1 said is correct. He's not standing alone. He don't got to fight this battle alone. Yeah, you could serve the world and try to stick up for hip hop, because that's the world you come from. But when it come down to what's in hip hop, it's evil, brother. I'm not even saying it can't be turned around, but I think that we have so many people that is not believers of God connected to hip hop, that even with all the wrong being done to so many, is going to do whatever they could do to protect that evil industry against men of God like D1. So D1, you don't stand alone. We stand with you. We love you. And we understand as Christians, we face persecution when it comes to this world. But you're not alone, brother. We all stand with you, and we will all face that persecution, no matter what. So stay bold, brother. Continue to speak on what you're speaking on. Don't worry about what's coming at you, because you're a believer and God got you, brother. God got you, and the community around you. When it come down to us believers, we got you as well. So good message that you put out there, D1. And I'm glad you talked about it, because it give us now the space to talk about it as well. Because people who watch this podcast, people who are subscribed to this platform know, oh, we speak against that. I'm going to call it out all the time, because we got a lot of young people who may watch, a lot of young people around who are following a lot of these artists and not understanding that this world that you're trying to get into is a demonic world. And the second that you get involved in it, you're serving the devil. You're not serving God, brother and sisters. You're not serving God. And there's always going to be something missing. You're never going to feel whole. Never. Because the devil don't love you. He may give you things to sell your soul to him, but he's going to always do what he got to do to destroy you while you're serving him. So I'm never going to stop speaking on it, and I'm glad D1 spoke on it as well. Shout out to D1.